Peace, everyone. How's everybody?
Good.
I'm about to tell you some things that starts about my life, but it ends with your life. I'm actually, you guys, about a couple of years later from where you are right now. I really didn't have any parents growing up, so I was raised pretty much by the streets and fortunate enough to be taken in by some family members. So by the time I was your age, probably 15, 16, in that game, I already done everything that y'all probably ever wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? By myself. I was always a loner, being the fact that I was raised the way I was, so it helped me not being a part of any group. It just always helped me lead the group. And what happened was, once I learned the position that I was in, you learn that you can either use it for good or use it for bad. Period. Any position that you choose to be in the realm where everybody's paying attention to you, you got influence over it. It's what you do with it. So by the time I would say by the time I was in junior high school, I went to about 4 or 5 different elementary schools. I didn't have my own bed until I was like 8, 9 years old. First 8, 9 years I was sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag. My grandmother's house. She was an alcoholic. My mom's on the streets, my pop's in jail. Drugs, both of them. So by the time I was pretty much a teenager, I was a man. I had to be, I had no choice. So everything that y'all are going through is part of the gift that y'all have with this life. You got, every day you wake up, you accept your heartbeat, beating without your control. So when you wake up and accept that heartbeat, it is your duty to do the best that you can. You don't want to wake up and waste your day like somebody's burdening you. For instance, excuse me. Brother, can you get up, please? We're here for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We're here for y'all. Not trying to grab y'all or nothing, but we're here for y'all. Period. You don't have to be. I got my own kids. I dropped my daughter off for her grandparents to be here with y'all. You understand? People care about y'all, man, but if y'all gonna display anything where y'all don't care about yourself, people are not gonna do more for you than you're gonna do for yourself. It's people like y'all things to do. Even adults. You know what I'm saying? So if you get anybody in your life that you see that actually cares about you and is telling you things that's only gonna benefit you, whether they're with you or not, cherish that, man. Because when you don't have it, then you're going to remember what you wanted and what you had when you really wanted it. Okay? I dropped out of school before I met Mr. Bronx. I was already in the streets doing my thing. Always had a gun, all of that. Okay, I dropped out of school because I moved with my mom when I was about 15. She couldn't handle it. So she didn't want me hanging around the house, so she started taking the keys. And we are February, March, I'm in the Bronx, walking around, leaving the house with my mom's, and I got nowhere to stay. So I ended up at the library because that was the best place at the time, earliest, open. This was about February, March. By the time August came, I've been in that library maybe 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, probably read about maybe 200 books by then, by myself. Okay? What that did for me was it gave me the freedom and control of myself. You're only going to do what you know how to do. If you don't know anything, you're not going to do anything. The more you learn, the more information you got to process and determine. Not everything you learn is going to be right, though. Understand that. It is your choice to determine what you're going to do with this information and process it. Processing comes by a process of thoughts. One of the reasons why we have problems in this country is that we don't have a proper thought process. So we'll use maybe two steps in our thought process and give up. And that's it. You know? If it's not based on what we like, we're mad, we're done. Period. One thing we need to realize is that our life is basically a gift. We have to earn our heart. Basically. It's not a choice. It's an obligation. Anybody in here know anybody that took their own life? Okay, that was their choice, right? They could have chosen to stay here. They could have chosen to fight it through, anything. It was a choice. That's how much freedom the Creator has given us. To take what He has given us ourselves. We can take our own life. You understand what that means? So if you decide to live and go through this life by choice, don't waste any time that you have. None. Does anybody know what they're going to do when they get out of here? Or does anybody have an idea what they want to do? Nobody. See? What you want to do here?
Go to college.
Where do you want to study?
I want to be
Entertainer? So, you already started. You already know what you got to do. Now, the next thing is to learn how to get it done. And the thing that messes us up is once we forget that struggle is not a bad thing. Anybody here work out? Push-ups, you don't get brolic without feeling pain. You don't get big without working out. You don't make progress without feeling struggle and pain, and you got to get to that point where you got to do another set. You don't want to do it, you do it. You understand? That's what life is about. Life is about principles. You're going to go through a million situations, but if you stay with the same principles, those principles are going to get you out of those million of situations, and it's going to lead you to the same destination. But everything starts and ends with yourselves. Period. You were born alone, chances are you're going to die alone. Anything that happens in this life is optional to you. Anybody that you deal with, even family, they're optional. Once you're born and that umbilical cord is cut, everybody's optional. Not everybody's going to care about you. Not everybody's going to do their position. Their job told you, I didn't have it. My parents didn't do it. I'm more of a pops to my pops than he is to me now. Understand? But I chose to make the decision to break my own cycle because I didn't need to be walking through life with anger anymore. I'm too violent for that. Okay? I turned 21 in jail. I went to jail for attempted murder on a police officer. You understand? Gunplay. He shot at me 4 times. My gun, I had to get rid of mine. You understand? You can Google all of this. I don't got time to be no, you know what I mean? So, turning 21 in jail and knowing that my pops was in jail, my grandfather was in jail, my mother was in jail, I couldn't break that cycle. So now I got a 16-year-old son who's a Crip. See? Because I wasn't raised, I wasn't there for him like I needed to be. I was down south, I moved down south. Okay? In New York, there's a kid named Rob Lowe. His real name was Robert Tucker, Rob Lowe. There was 3 guys that started the Bloods, pretty much predominantly in New York City. One of them was Rob. That's a friend of ours, and he mentioned Kwame. Rob was from T-Dot Avenue. Call him Rob Lowe. He's in the feds now forever, life, that's it. He's not coming out. But he made the choice at a young age that jail was going to be his life. He was more comfortable in jail, getting served food, not having any responsibility for yourself, getting told what to do, when to do it. He'd rather do that than come out and stay free and do what you want to do. Okay, I got a GED, y'all. I got a GED because by the time I went to high school, my transcript record was so messed up, I had moved around so much, it was too much time for me to catch up. So I got my GED. Okay? That wasn't necessarily something I wanted to do, it was something that was best for the situation. Mainly because I already knew what I wanted to do in my life at that point. I've been into music all my life, playing instruments since like 4th grade, so I already knew that was something I was going to do. I haven't had to work for anybody in about 2 years. You understand? With a GED. So now, you guys got to realize that whatever you want to do, it is in your control. Only thing you don't do is the things that you do not want to do. But the number one thing I want y'all to remember is that it's supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be hard, yo. If y'all get to the point and y'all stuck at something and y'all mad because it's hard, then y'all know that y'all doing the right thing. It's easy to sit around and do nothing. It's easy to sit around and be tired, not pay attention. It's easy. It takes no energy, but it also gets no results. See? That's the key. So please understand, it's supposed to be hard. That's what most of us are stuck at. We don't want life to be hard. We think that we owe something, so it's hard. It's too hard. Oh, I gotta try. What you mean? I gotta do something I don't want to do? You understand? It's about doing what you need to do to get to the point where you want to do what you want to do. Once you can do what you want to do, everything else is taken care of. You understand? So please understand, I know there's some brothers in gangs and all of that out there. You understand? The original choice and reason for a gang was to protect the community. That's it, from enemies of the community. It wasn't to destroy the community, it was to protect the community. So now the community, so now we got people like myself who gotta get rid of the gang members. Don't think that being righteous or being positive is weak. Trust me, ain't no punks. Ain't no punks. So meaning, like, I'm not talking about, no, let's break up this fight. No, I'm probably the one who's gonna punch you in the face first. Just honestly. That's my track record. So don't think there's any punks. There's no Jesus, all the people in the Bible. Those people, most of them people that we call saints were murderers. They will kill you in the name of the Lord. That's the bottom line. Like, am I lying? There's no punks.
Real talk, bro.
So don't think that just because y'all may be in a gang and then maybe have anger, and then that anger may manifest itself into violence, that's something. That's a weakness. To be violent is a weakness. Because anybody can do it. One of the first things you tell kids and try to teach them is self-control. Because instinctively, we don't have that. So to be violent is a weakness. That's not cool. Anybody can do it. That's why I walk around saying peace all day, because I'm trying to suppress that beast in me. I'm too violent, B. All I know is violence, period. That's it. I'm not to be played with by anybody. Police, nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tough, that's just my reality. I got that in me, that switch flips and it's on. That's it. A lot of y'all got it. But you gotta learn to control it. You gotta learn that you are the one that's controlling the switch. When you let somebody outside of you, turn you on, turn you off, you're done for. You're a puppet. You gotta do whatever they want you to do. You understand? So if you don't have that self-control and that individuality, you're gonna be stuck in this same cycle where you get frustrated and get caught up in something and make a decision where you don't think about step A, B, C. You just think about step A. And then when you get to B, which is jail, then you're like, damn. What we're trying to get y'all to understand is that you got to go through the whole thought process before you do the action. Don't do anything until you answer the question of what happens if I do this. Understand? Don't do anything unless you have an answer first. Because once it leads you somewhere that you haven't thought about, then you're frustrated, now you don't know what to do, now you're wasting time. Life's not made for nobody here. You know, just because you may not understand something or know something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It is your job to learn what is going on. You see? Please don't come back here, man.
Don't come back.
But understand there need to be some conditioning in yourself where that may happen. That's what you have to recognize, that conditioning. There's certain cycles in our behavior that we have the ability to break to prevent us from getting in. Just because you're in jail, there's things that you can do that won't end you up in jail that is still in prison. See, so just because you made a mistake and you're in here now, no, you can still make a mistake and it can lead you somewhere that's not here, but it's just as bad. Period. I want all of y'all to get to the point where you're doing what you want to do. That's what all I care about now, is helping people do what they want to do. Because I'm doing what I want to do. And I know it was hard and it was work. Jail, all of that. All of that. So, we started late today, so I please want you guys to understand. This is about y'all, man. This is about y'all. And I'm just an example of y'all. Okay, I can bring examples of what y'all told me that's total opposite of me. My pops has not broke the cycle. Hopefully, y'all may have parents in here who hasn't broke the cycle. It is y'all job now. This is what it's all about. It's about y'all. That's it. You guys in here, you're in a perfect opportunity in the situation. You don't got to work. You don't got to worry about food. Nothing over your head. The only thing you got to do is build yourself. If you got questions and you don't have answers, you got people around you. Okay? Mr. Brunson has my number. I know sometimes it may be different speaking to adults, and it may, I'm y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm y'all. So if y'all mean it's easier and more comfortable to talk to somebody like myself, if y'all hit me up. You know what I'm saying? My name is Paul Lipsey. You can Google me, everything I'm involved in is there. You can Facebook me, send friend requests, whatever. But don't play games. If you ain't about being real and doing the right thing, then we're wasting my time. Okay? Because I'm about helping people get on, doing their thing. But I'm not going to help you get a job and work for somebody else. I'm going to help you start your own business. That's what matters. Okay? But I'm going to leave my information for you guys. I know some of you guys are getting out, doing into entertainment. We're about to have an event in May. You know, hopefully if you're out in May, you can come through and start interning and seeing how things operate. You know, we're going to have rappers there, all that type of everything. This is my cousin right here. He's a photographer. He works with models all day. I know all of y'all would love to be around models all day. You understand? He's doing what he wants to do. He works for himself. Understand? So that's the whole point. Get to the point where you do what you want, but you got to know what you want first. You got to know. It's one thing, okay, entertainment, now you got to narrow it down. You can be behind the camera, you can be in front of the camera, you can be writing. There's a million and one things you can do in entertainment, but you got to narrow it down. So that way you can, okay, from going for audio visual, okay, this is what school I got to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many things you can do that you don't want to dilute yourself. You want to make sure everything is straight. Does anybody have any questions? Just remember, this is for y'all, man. All right? And then once y'all get out of here, your life is what you're making. If anybody tells you they can't do something, it's because they can't do it. Remember that. I love y'all.